G'day Makita fans and welcome to this month's Makita Update. That's right, it's that time of the month again. Let's take a look at some new Makita gear. As you can see, the backpack sprayers are almost here. Well, this one's actually here. It's not available yet in New Zealand, but it should be available before Christmas. It's the 15 litre DUS 158. It is an 18 volt tool, and it's quite hard to get the batteries in if you're not looking where they go. They go in there somewhere. I've already spoken about these in a previous video, so I won't go into too much detail here. The review for this will be coming up soon, and as soon as I've finished shooting this video, I'm going to go out and use it. If you want to buy anything that's for sale in this video, you're probably out of luck because it won't be available yet, but if they are, I'll put links down in the description. But now let's take a look at the first of our new tools for this video. This is also a tool I spoke about in a previous video, but at the time we only had patent information to go by. Didn't have any real proof that the tool was gonna even exist, but it is now here. It is the DCU 600. It's just like the DCU 180, but with an extra wheel. It also has an increased load capacity of 300 kgs over the old 130, and as you can see comes with several different tray options. You can have a tipping bucket, a pipe tray, a wheelbarrow type one that you can fill up with liquid. There was even, we'll have a look later, a scissor lift option. You basically buy the base unit and then you add two pieces to make whichever unit you want. Each one requires two different sort of sections, whatever holds the top section and the top section. So as you can see, that one there has the pipe frame and then the trough on top, which has a drain plug, so you can put liquid in that and easily drain it out, or if it fills up with water you can just drain it out. The wheels have been beefed up a lot. We've got two wheels on each side at the back instead of the one that the previous one had, and we've got two wheels at the front instead of one which the previous one had, making it far more stable and far less likely to tip over. Also comes with lights. I like that you can extend that out. You'd be able to carry some quite wide sheets on that. The wheelbarrow type design has a tip, which is nice, although it's not automatic. You have to do it yourself, not the end of the world. She's got some pretty rugged tires on it, and it is waterproof IPX4 and with wet guard, so you can spray it down, hose it down, keep it clean, and you can change those wheels too if you want. There's the three different speeds, up to 5 kilometers an hour, which doesn't sound very fast, but it's pretty quick when you're pushing a barrow. It's a 36 volt tool, but it does take 4 batteries, so once 2 die, the other 2 kick in, and with 4 6 amp hour batteries you can get up to 7.2 kilometers of distance out of it. It can be used up to 12-degree inclines with 180 kgs of weight. I'm not sure of it, what happens when it's 13 degrees. It has suspension of sorts, a bit like a ride-on mower, where it can just sort of rock side to side to help keep things level. The handles are adjustable in height, that's nice. I kind of like the idea of a flat one, even the pipe tray type one, because you can extend that quite wide and carry sheets of jib or fiber cement or plywood or anything that comes in sheet format basically. You can get different wheels and tires for different situations, be it on concrete or grass or the sort of all-terrain wheels that it comes with. This is not a cheap DIY style tool. This one is going to set you back a few bob. If we take a look at this old patent picture, there's also a model with just a sort of a flat tray, which might be good for chucking bags of concrete or something on. And we've also got a scissor lift, which would be quite cool. I'm guessing that one would be the trickiest one for them to make, because presumably you'd want that as an electric scissor lift, so that would have to be powered by the batteries as well, whereas none of the other options have a powered tray or anything. So that one there may never happen, or they may release that at a later date once they've worked it all out. Next up is another 18 volt tool. It's the DJR 189 reciprocating saw. It is a one-handed reciprocating saw, very similar to the Milwaukee hacksaw, that style of design. It has basically the same specifications as the Milwaukee, with 22mm stroke length and 3,100 strokes per minute. That's just a little bit better than the Makita subcompact reciprocating saw, which has a 20mm stroke and 3,000 strokes per minute, but much better than the Hikoki alternative, which is only 13mm stroke length. I had a quick play with one of these the other day. Seems a nice little tool. It's got a counterbalance in there to help with vibration. 22mm stroke length, just so you know, is 10mm shorter than the high-end two-handed reciprocating saws, which have a 32mm stroke length. Bare tool weighs about 2.5 kgs, and it should be out in many regions of the world very shortly. Back to the backpack sprayers that we saw at the beginning of the video. This is the 18 volt 15 litre. As I said earlier, you can also get an 18 volt 10 litre and an 18 volt 7 litre. But if you're on the 12 volt platform, you can also get the 7, 10 and 15 litre models with the 12 volt CXT battery range. But as of yet, no 40 volt models. Speaking of 40 volt, here in this part of the world we are getting the Lantern radio, but it is a different model to the first one that I spoke of. The one that's released in Japan doesn't have Bluetooth. That was the MR008G. The one that is being released down here is the MR010G, and it has Bluetooth, which makes this Lantern radio 10 times better, because the reason I didn't buy it from Japan is it didn't have Bluetooth. I thought, wow, radio and a light, it's just missing that Bluetooth feature. If it had Bluetooth, I'd get it. So it also has a charger built into it as well, so you can charge your phone. So it's a phone charger, a lantern, a torch, a radio, and you can play Bluetooth music off your phone as well. And the MR009G is available in Australia and the UK, and I'm sure other places. It has the digital radio, the DAB, DAB+, as well as standard radio frequencies. And the aerial for the radio is actually the cage that goes around the lantern. So I've had a quick play with one of them. I'm not sure when they will be out, but should be before Christmas down in this neck of the woods. Also, I've seen the 50 litre chili bin now too. What a monster. It is massive and it is heavy, but it has nice rubber grips on the handles, which is good. But you're going to need two people to carry this thing if you're going to carry it. It's a beast. But it does also have wheels, so you can drag it around by yourself. A nice handle, massive hinges on the back. It weighs up to 29 kgs with the biggest batteries in it. And if you filled that compartment with water, that's another 50 kgs. That would be a total of nearly 80 kgs. And it's got a soft close lid that goes down by itself nicely. There's also a 40 volt wobble light coming, similar to the 18 volt one that's been around for a few years now. And a lot of you will have already seen this picture that I put up a week or so ago of the 40 volt barrel grip jigsaw, the JV001G. In the States, that'll be the GVJ01. I don't have any release dates or anything for that, and I don't really have any other information about it. Looks very similar to the 18 volt barrel grip. I'm guessing it'll have a bit more power and a bit more speed when it's under load, but probably pretty similar to the 18 volt. This is the HS009G, the 9 1/4 inch or 235mm circular saw with a track compatible base, so that is nice. The review of that will be out soon. This is the only size circular saw that I haven't already reviewed on the channel. If you want to see any of the others, take a look down below. As you can see, very similar to the HS011G, the 270mm or 10 5/8 inch circular saw. In a lot of the world it's only the 10 1/4 though, I'm afraid. Doesn't come with a bigger blade. And if you're wondering what the HS010, the 10 is, well, that is a 9 1/4 inch, same size as this, but it doesn't have this style of base with the removable front and the groove for the rail. It is basically a standard sort of circular saw base. And the next video will be the 40 volt XGT 10,000 lumen work light, as well as the 3600 lumen work light and a spotlight floodlight handheld jobby. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that, as well as all the other videos I do, tons of which are Makita. So that was just a quick little update on Makita for September 2022. Whoa, gotta interrupt the transmission here because Makita have just announced another tool. It's the UT001G, or in the States the GTU01, and it is a mixer. They're claiming a 20% speed increase under load over the AC model. It has 2 speeds. It has a variable speed dial, On its highest speed it goes up to 950 RPM, and on the low speed up to 500 RPM with a variable speed trigger as well. It also has a trigger lock, so you don't have to keep your finger on the trigger all the time if you do not wish to. It is IP56 rated, and it will take an 8 amp hour battery. Now back to our original transmission. I'll have another one of these no doubt very soon when we've got some more information on a few cool tools that are coming up. Ooh, there's some good ones coming. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like and all that stuff, and I'll see you on another one, well, in a couple of days. Cheers guys.